Welcome everyone to another edition of Smacked Up Wrestling Live. Well, I just fixed my camera there because it looked like a fucking midden. I've just noticed that it just looked like a fucking riot. It looked.
Oh god,
there.
you've messed up the link. You've just literally mentioned us in a blank tweet.
Have I? No. User underneath it. User underneath it.
Oh wait, what the hell? Witchcraft.
Conspiracy.
See,
that one didn't. The right tweet didn't show up.
Oh,
hello, my name's Martin, and I've ruined the intro.
Sorry, you usually ruin the outro anyway, so.
I know. I was going.
It's a bit. It's a bit.
I was going to say that. Don't worry, I've kind of like ruined the start of the fucking thing because my camera was no fucking working right.
Oh. It's all right. It's all right because now it's just like last night's show.
Yeah, it's like
already better.
It's like last night's show where it was a fucking train wreck, and I've just made this show like a train wreck at the start. Oh fucking hell! That's because you know what it was. I was fucking about my camera settings on for the games, and I totally forgot about the live stream, so I didn't fix the settings for the live stream.
Oh my god!
I was too busy doing other things.
Wow!
So epic fail.
Well, that explains McCod's comment.
Yeah. Hey, my God. Welcome, everyone, to Smacked Up Wrestling Live, right here on the Gaming Fault. We're going to talk about the shit show that was Battlegrounds. Literally a fucking shit show, because it was the worst pay-per-view this year, or quite possibly ever put on with WWE. It was that fucking bad.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Oh, no, that was
I mean,
bad.
it's down there.
It's down there, but I don't know if it's like Hans Dundee worst thing WWE have ever put out.
No,
it isn't.
Great
But
American Bash is half
Bad.
for this year, obviously.
For this year, yeah, probably, but like of all time, I mean, there's been a lot of really shitty WWE pay-per-views.
It's probably one of the worst ones in recent memory.
Aye.
So,
pretty much.
But it can be put on.
Aren't you going to introduce everyone?
I know, but Kirsty interrupted
Aren't you going to
me,
introduce everyone to our new permanent diehard?
Yes, because Kirsty, how terrible and interrupted. Oh. As always, I'm joined by the great.
Shit.
See, this is how it's going to continue. As always, I'm fuck Kirsty. See, you put me off. As always, I'm joined by the greatest heel of all time, Martin.
That's me.
And
somebody's just dropped out the call.
Kirsty.
Wah, wah.
The queen of the ring. The queen of the ring. It fell out the call there. We have no idea why.
Out of shame, presumably.
And she's not even
The shame.
The shame. I'm introducing you, and I'm not even saying hello.
Hello, everybody.
Yay! And to make up the four horsemen of SmackDown Wrestling, today, if you were watching the Last of Us stream, I dropped a little announcement. Over the last couple of weeks, and since we've been doing the show live, Flo has called in religiously. Oh, he's having good points, talking about everything that's wrestling, what's pissed him off, what he's enjoyed. He's covered for me when I've been sick, and he took part in the first fan take on against us. Last night, I spoke to Martin and Kirsty. What do you think about having Flo on full time? The two of them loved it. They loved the chemistry Flo brings. So as of now, Smacked Up Wrestling has got the four horsemen. That's right. Flo is the fourth member of this live show. So Flo, welcome to your official debut.
Like I said a couple of streams before, Germany shall invade the Scottish street.
Tried that twice, and it didn't work out. Okay?
Too late,
Third
man.
time is not the charm. See, now we've just got you in because of affirmative action rules. So, now we have, the same foreign to local contingent as the actual WWE.
Oh my god.
So, we're just obeying employment laws of the EU.
We're not part of in 2 years.
Well, we are part of them just now. We still need to put up with the laws. Even if it is stupid that we're leaving. Fuck all people.
Yes.
Find the word ice and we
It's
can take
just sad.
So, we've got Flo. It's now joined the channel. for Smacked Up Wrestling. That means we're going to have to get a new overlay. So, Wolf, if you're watching, I might need your help for something. so
Poor Wolf.
I know, poor Wolf.
Why?
I've not even told him yet. So let's talk about last night.
God.
I done the live stream, and the chat was fun. It was fun to sit with everybody. We had fun, but what wasn't fun was the actual show. The show was a fucking nightmare. The show was a nightmare, start to finish.
Yes, it was.
It was bad.
Let me say it nicely.
I'm going to find the one who put this and put a bamboo up his ass.
Kevin
I
Dunn.
thought you were going to say, let me see this nicely. I'm going to kill the fucking arsehole who made this.
Oh,
I could have done this in this voice.
I mean, let's be honest, right? The tag team match, it was passable and entertaining. Nice spots.
Match of the night.
Easy.
For me.
Easy. They got the crowd going. I should have went with my gut feeling. I said to you, New Day might win it. No, they won't. They won't win it.
You overthought it. I told you that.
Yeah, I know. But I want to move.
You don't blame us for your problems. We've all got a bigger problem, which we'll cover when we get to the main event.
Yes, we will.
Amen.
I want to move away from the tag match because there's not a lot we could easily talk bad about it, because the match done what it had to do. New champions were crowned. The New Day's now.
Got the crowd going.
Yep, that was it. So they done their job. Nakamura and Baron Corbin, I thought was awful.
Right, I'm going to go, and I know it sounds a bit harsh because he's only been up for a couple of months, but the precedent that's been set so far with Nakamura, him coming here, and I don't like saying this because it's not his fault, him coming to WWE is a mistake.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a mistake. It's a mistake on the main roster, but on NXT he was great.
Yeah, but NXT is like a 20% of the overall audience for all the shows.
Yeah.
And since he's came up, they've made him look not bad because he's holding up his end, but I mean, instead of having them sold as this crazy, strong-hitting madman, he's an artist. He's not an artist. He's a guy that needs people in the face until they don't get up. That's why everybody likes him. And now you've had him get assaulted during his entrance in the Money in the Bank match. Last night he won because he got hit in the balls. And then even at one point, and I brought this up with you earlier, JBL says that Nakamura can't compete with Baron Corbin's striking. Of all the people in the fucking company, the guy who needs people to their concussed, can he take the striking off a guy with a stomach?
I was going to say, I'll break their fucking cheekbones.
Strong style.
I'll break their cheekbones.
So, if this is how they're planning on using them from here on in, maybe with the odd IC or US belt run, I would much rather you just went back to New Japan.
Last night, I said it during the show. Oh, sorry, Kirsty, on you go, because I know you're a massive Nakamura fan like Martin. Then I'll say my piece, what I think about it.
I agree with him at a point because it's no hard to book Nakamura. He's fucking fantastic. But the way they're booking him and using him, and JBL last night was the straw that broke the camel's back, really, for everything. It just, how can you fuck him up? Like,
exactly.
When you have a blueprint for it in NXT, this is how you book this guy. And it just, and the thing is again, Nakamura isn't used to working with guys that are taller than him. Because he's Japanese and he's 6 foot.
And he's 6 foot too.
He's a giant in Japan.
Yeah, so to put him with a guy who's 7 foot, kind of put him out of his element, and then Baron Corbin he's come on so far in the last year, but he's not at the point where he can teach Nakamura how to work with a guy like him. He's expecting Nakamura to teach him. So it's a really weird dynamic, and I don't know, when they've already had them have matches and have them on house shows, how they didn't see how this was going to go, because it was messy and just I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it
unprofessional.
Wasn't satisfying.
Aye.
Unprofessional, that's the best way to describe
really
it.
Out of their fucking both of them looked out of their element, and you don't want that. Especially with a guy like Nakamura, that when you put him with somebody that he can go with, AJ, Sammy, Kevin, like a bunch, there's just on the SmackDown roster alone, there's so much you can do with him.
It was really unfair to ask him to carry Baron when he's only been doing the Western style for about a year.
Yeah, and again, like, this is what it seems as if they're purposely trying to hinder him. Right, who won't Nakamura work well with? Guys that are taller than him will put him with Baron.
Aye, guys who are inexperienced and tall and kind of flair themselves a bit.
But even before that, like, who else does he know work well with? Well, we know he doesn't work well with amateur wrestlers, so let's put him with Dolph Ziggler, whose entire style is based on the fact that he was an amateur wrestler.
Like, I never really got that, because Nakamura did MMA for a bit. I know wrestling wasn't his strong point, but he can still do a nice few holds. And I've never understood how he never quite gelled with that style.
Why? I think it's because he's a striker and wrestling is mat-based wrestling.
Why? No, I was going to say, right, because Flo, I know you've got a point. Why didn't they pair him with Kevin Owens, who is like a Steve Austin's type character with the striking and the grappling? Put him with Kevin Owens.
They took
exactly
amazing matches with him. Like, Kevin could have a good match with anybody, but him and Nakamura are so... Again, Kevin can talk for fucking forever.
He can carry the whole feud. It's a dream match.
Yep. It's so fucking good. And see when they do it, and they do it so well, and they just go, right, Kevin, Nakamura, this is who's winning, yous work out the rest. It's
but they won't do that, though. This is the problem, and this is my only issue with him being in WWE. Everything's so tightly controlled. In New Japan, they would, they'd lay out the feuds and say, we're going to pair him
and months in advance.
Name over there, and they've got their plan, and they leave the match specifics up to the rest.
I was going to say it because they've got complete control.
Yes,
I mean that's exactly the thing. Like seeing NXT, I'd imagine he had complete control because it's Sensei Nakamura.
Which, I mean, look at Will Ospreay and Ricochet, right? Now we've talked about this before. It's not a kind of thing, but they had the freedom to do it wherever they went. If those two met in WWE, we'd never have got a match like that. It would never have happened. No. It would have just been the same as all the other matches.
Can you imagine Vince trying to sit and watch that match backstage? Like,
I can imagine him storming out.
I kind of want to see that, just to see him have a nervous breakdown.
What the hell is this shit?
Then he'll know how the fuck we feel, asshole.
Flo, what was your point about the Nakamura match?
It's just all about the synergy, because with Corbin there is pretty much none.
Yeah.
Sorry, on you go. It's the same issue with the match he had with Ziggler.
Yeah.
It was the same. Kind of. And
do you what? Sorry. Do you know what's really sad? Is I never knew, apart from like amateur wrestlers, because like him and Kurt Angle was kind of weird, him and Brock Lesnar was kind of weird, so I knew amateur wrestlers, but I never knew Nakamura could do work with tall guys. I never knew that Nakamura had to work a fast style, or it wouldn't. Like, I never knew these things until he went to main roster.
Well, that's because he could play to his own strengths, and although, like as I say, with MMA experience, he can do enough to get on with those guys. He can't do the match that we know he's capable of without going at his own pace.
I mean, Kirsty, this was the thing I said about him and Bobby Roode. I didn't think
Bobby Roode was great. I don't think it was.
Really I don't think it was. I genuinely don't think it was. It was like watching last night, except there was a proper finish.
You did not just compare Bobby Roode to Baron Corbin. Like, this isn't happening.
I'm talking about the match. No, I'm talking about the match.
You don't know what he's doing.
The match, Kirsty, the match. I'm talking about a wrestling match. So
he's stuck a crank in your back and he's winding it up, and you fall for it every time.
Because he's broadcasting this live. Like, this is good out there right now.
Exactly, and like Battleground, I'll keep this shit show going.
It just upsets me.
This is the shitstorm. Shit erection. There you go.
Shit erection.
No, but what I mean,
but what I mean, to say that match was worse
no. What I mean
just as bad as last night is a lie.
No, Kirsty, what I'm trying to say is, right, take a wrestling match, right? Bobby Roode's a wrestler, right? He's not a MMA striker. He's a wrestler. Now, Baron Corbin's trying to learn that style. Bobby Roode is a ball head away.
Going to be
Bobby
that
Roode's
kind of wrestler.
no, but what I'm saying is Bobby Roode is kind of like near the same height as Baron Corbin. Bobby Roode's a big guy,
a little bit smaller.
There's a fit
but he's still,
them.
but he's still, but he's
There's
no,
a full bit of difference.
but there's still a
They're
big
almost
wrestler.
this high.
It's
Right,
a
but he
big
can still
wrestler.
work with 6 foot
But-
guys. His height and weight.
But
he
the
can
match
work
was
with.
still shit.
6'2".
The match was still shit. The match was awful. Bobby Roode match with Nakamura was awful. The only
The
one.
Jack in the Box is going to pop
Oh,
out.
I know. I've got her, Martin.
I cannot. I cannot. Well, you're saying that Baron Corbin and like they aren't even the same type of wrestlers. They don't even wrestle the same
But
style.
I'm talking
He
about.
wrestles the
I'm
WWE
talking. No, but this is what I'm
style,
saying.
and he wrestles
If you put me Kevin
Killer
Owens,
Kowalski.
if you put me Kevin Owens, right?
because they're both indie guys.
It's not the same with the Indies. I'm not talking about Indies. I'm talking about.
It's nothing to do with the indies.
I'm not talking about
Oh, they train them
Fucking
better.
hell.
Indie Kings do it better. This is just the fact.
Right, I'm
Indie
talking
Kings
about-
do it better. Once a
Kirsty, I'm talking about WWE.
Mm-mm.
WWE, right?
Killer Kowalski can teach wrestlers.
WWE.
Killer
Really
Kowalski.
WWE,
Bobby
Kirsty.
Roode's great, right?
Honestly,
Bobby Roode's great.
I
and he's
can
trained
see why
that type of
Matt
wrestler.
laughs at you when you bring up Indies. It's just fucking Bullet Club land, right? So let's be honest here. Right. What I mean is, right.
Not one member of Bullet Club was mentioned there. This is
No,
like
but that's
fucking
what the
Jim
Indies are.
Cornette's crowd.
Oh,
wearing it.
That's what the Indies are. It's just fucking.
This is
Bullet
gold.
Club.
Isn't he just Bullet Club? There's like they're in two of the Indies out of 900.
It's a fucking Bullet Club. Anyway. Right. What I mean is, right, if you take Kevin Owens can switch from a grapple to a striker. But take the two guys, right? They two are wrestlers. Baron's still learning, but wrestlers, they can't switch between a striker. They only know how to grapple. So the minute you put them with it, it looks shit. Samoa Joe can go grappler, striker. You had an alright match. That's what I'm trying to say. You put me
Right.
anybody that's a wrestler that's
His
not
ashes left.
not in the
because
Bullet Club in
the
Indie
way-
land.
The way that Bobby Roode wrestles is a really specific type of wrestling.
Yeah, it's
and
wrestling.
No. Within the wrestling, because it's not the WWE style of wrestling. Like Triple H doesn't wrestle the WWE style of wrestling. Neither does like
He's
Sheamus
there.
is kind of shit. He's the shittest one out of like all
That's
of them.
true, yeah.
But like Triple H, like if you look at Triple
Tri-
H, you
Triple
look
H,
at Sheamus, and you
Tri-
look at
Triple
Bobby
H-
Roode,
Triple
they
H is
all
like
wrestle the exact same.
Triple H and Bobby Roode.
It's the same style.
Yeah, they have.
But
this
they were
unique
taught by
thing.
the same guy in the first place.
But is Triple
well,
H,
that's
but is
the point
Triple
I'm
H a good
making.
striker? He's a great
I don't
wrestler.
even like Triple H.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
He
compared-
can be though. He can be when
If-
he's again.
Aye,
this
it has
is
to
the
be
right
like
guy.
it's not
If
as
he's
if
paired
you've
with
not
the right
seen
guy,
Triple H just
Restore-
run up and punch somebody before. Do
But
you
it
know what I
only,
mean?
it
It's no
only worked
beyond
when it
them.
was like with Austin. You put me Austin, you got an amazing match. Put
Him
me
and
Rock-
Mick Foley.
Yes.
My point was
Yes.
that Bobby Roode and Baron Corbin are not the same type of wrestler.
What I mean is wrestling style.
That's what I mean, Ted. The
No,
way the
but
wrestlers
what I mean
are
is,
the same.
I'm not talking about strikers. That's what I'm meaning. Strikers.
Right, and that Nakamura doesn't need a striker to work against. I've seen him work against high flyers.
But
I've seen
in
him work against grapplers. I've
WWE
seen
needs,
him.
and WWE needs it. He will not be believable in WWE.
Well, that's WWE's fault, isn't it? They
Yes.
built this fucking
Yes,
Which is my point, that was-
that's what we're talking about.
You were saying that Baron Corbin and fucking Bobby Roode were the same wrestler, and I
No,
disagree.
no. What I'm
Disagree
saying is,
entirely.
they're
Right,
not
right,
strikers.
wait, guys, hold on. I'm gonna have to. You're forcing me to be the adult here, and I don't like it. Right, calm down, Kirsty. Will has once again had a masterclass in winding you up, and you focused on the wrong thing. The point
Martin, I've learnt for the best, by the way.
you have, and
Oh,
I'm
well.
very proud of you. I'm very proud.
I'm so angry.
But you're calling for the ring bit. If you were focusing on the point here, it's WWE's wasting of Naka. The fact that Will knows how to press your buttons makes for a great podcast, but there has to be a point where we get back to the point that we're all trying to make, which is, do you think that WWE will fuck up Naka's full run
Yes.
No. They
based
start
on
putting
what we've
him-
seen so far on the main roster?
It's no unsalvageable. because there is talent there that he can work with. There's plenty of fucking quote-unquote Bullet Club guys, the unnamed Bullet Club, that he can work with, that we know he can work with. There's also plenty of other stars for WWE that he will be able to work with. They shouldn't be putting him with a Dolph Ziggler who's never going to get anywhere near what Nakamura is, and they shouldn't be putting him with Baron Corbin either.
Yes.
Because he's fresh into this Western style, he's fresh into the WWE style, and this is how we work, and this is how we want matches to work. Like, put him with AJ, put him with Kevin, put him with Sammy again, for the love of fucking God.
On the Raw roster, I would actually be quite interested to see what, after he gets some experience, and he's been there for a while, and he's settled down, and he's had a couple of these dream matches, I'm quite interested to see what he could pull out of Braun. And I know that, and this is why I'm saying it has to be a while, because Braun is a big guy. Nakamura will be forced to do the kind of match he's never done before. But if he has that experience of WWE's style, the fact that he has to sell more than what he ever did in Japan, I'll be interested to see what kind of things him and Braun can pull off together.
Do you think that he would need to sell, or him and Braun could just beat the shit out of each other?
That's what it should be. But in WWE, in Vince's mind, you've got a 7 foot tall guy, you've got a 6 foot tall Japanese guy. You'll have to sell.
Because
you can't even no sell him. That kills Braun's gimmick.
If you look at the Samoa Joe match with Nakamura hardly, the second match, Nakamura hardly sold. And like,
but I don't mind. I don't need Dolph Ziggler-esque selling every single match.
Me and you don't, because we know what he's done. But in WWE, you have to sell.
Nakamura, but like,
this is what Vince wants.
It's Vince's company. It's nothing like what he should be used as. We know that he's a hard bastard, right? But they're selling him as this wee pansy artist. And he has to learn to sell within WWE's style, or he's not going to get the push that we know that he deserves.
Man, look what they've done to Dr. Death Steve Williams.
What really annoys me is that...
Look what they've done to him.
True. Like, I just feel as if Vince specifically, because obviously in NXT, broader WWE, it's no an issue, but like for Vince to actually like it, I don't understand why Vince is going, we can bring these guys in, we'll bring them up to main roster.
He isn't.
They're doing... No, but like once they're in NXT, right, and he's watching NXT takeovers and he's going, right, I like him, and I like him, we'll bring them up to main roster. Why is he not then using them the same way? Because
from what I've listened to and what I've read about it, the way this is working is you'll have Triple H and he's got his scouts, and obviously Regal's at the head of them. Regal knows his shit, we all know that. So they go out and they say, such and such his contract's up. So Nakamura's case, they knew it was coming up along with the Bullet Club boys, and they grabbed him, right? They bring him in NXT, they do the right build with him because they know his strengths, because they've studied him. When it comes to going to the main roster, and this is going from Kevin Owens' interview, I think it was 2-3 weeks ago. No, sorry, Samoa Joe's, right? Joe was told, we'll bring you in, you'll be NXT only. You will not be used in the main roster. However, his first T-shirt sold out in the first afternoon it was on sale. So then they're like, right, get this guy a bigger contract with an option in the main roster, but don't get your hopes up. You're going to be on NXT. So, of course, he has his year there, and everybody goes crazy for him because he was fantastic. It's the writers that then look, who have we got down there? And they pick. This is why you're getting people that aren't ready, like cast. They're like, all right, let's try and do something. Then we've got a storyline for later, and then we'll break them up, and then it's a storyline for the next year and a half. Vince isn't seeing these people until they're out in front of him on Raw. Vince has been to one NXT event, and that was the one before Mania last year, and they showed that as part of the 24 documentary. Vince doesn't have a clue about this because he's too busy running this company. That's how it's always worked. He's had to rely on people telling him. That's why it took JR like 3 or 4 years to get Foley and Austin in. Instead of them going straight from WCW, because he was going to Vince and saying, you need to look at this guy. I think he's got something. He could be just what we need. He'll at least be a solid mid-card heel, that kind of thing. But Vince, he just didn't know about them. Eventually he just gives in to JR. Then, of course, Austin gets wasted for the first year until that speech.
Yep.
And Vince still keeps him down in the lower card after that, and then the T-shirts get popular. He's like, right, screw it, we'll give him a chance. As for Mankind, what got him over, first of all, was Mick standing up for himself in their interviews when they were going over the character. Secondly, It was his promos.
The one with
and his
JR.
selling.
The one with JR
And then,
where he made it quite
yes,
personal. Where he
that,
made it quite
specifically
personal.
that,
Yep.
because JR begged to have that made.
Yep.
And then the thing that really got Vince convinced, Madison Square Garden 1997, Foley begged him with other people that had worked for him in ECW to let him have Cactus Jack come out for a one-off. And Vince said, but nobody knows who that is. He was in that bingo hall. But screw it if it'll make you happy. And then Vince couldn't believe the pop that Cactus Jack got.
Yep.
He was convinced that the audience wouldn't buy into a man portraying multiple characters. He was convinced of it. And Jack comes out, Triple H sells it like somebody's just shot his mother in the face. And the crowd went mental because they knew. And Vince doesn't realise that what he knows isn't what everyone knows. He doesn't really think about people having more wrestling outside of WWE because, as far as he's concerned, it doesn't exist.
But remember, they've done that with Chris Jericho as well.
Exactly. They built him up for like 9 odd months. It was a little bit different then, though, because that was the height of the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah.
And he was constantly featured on Nitro.
And
so do we need another company like New Japan to really break out?
Yes. See, to make Vince actually take risks, he needs another company up his ass. He's been lying on his back, so to speak, since WCW shut and the invasion angle ended.
It's the whole entertainment. It's the fact they're superstars. They're not wrestlers. They're superstars. So
sports entertainers,
not
sports
wrestlers. Entertainers. No, I mean, it's one of these things. And like in my opinion, Flo will get yours as well because I want to see what you're going to say. Because Kirsty, you said no, they might fix it.
They can still fix it.
I think they can.
Guys that own that
role they can. I agree.
I don't
think they will fix
it. I don't think they will. That's the thing as well. I don't think they will. I think
with the merch that's selling,
but it's Vince McMahon.
And they're teasing, but they're already teasing.
Everyone's selling just now. Everyone's selling. AJ's selling. Joe's selling. Owens is selling. Nakamura's just another guy to him at the moment. I know that's wrong. I'm not happy about it.
You know what I mean?
If they're already teasing AJ Nakamura, then surely they know they know that's going to go there. Sometimes
I would argue that AJ Nakamura is being teased because this is it. This is Nakamura's shot. If this goes well, then we should hopefully see something build from it. If this doesn't go over, then he's fucked.
It's the same way. It's the same way Hideo in NXT.
Oh, he's gone. I think they've given up on him because he's too injury prone, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
he had his shot. He had another shot. He had a third shot. Now where is he?
But let's move on because I think we could go around circles all night about Nakamura.
It's more fun than talking about the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's the thing because it's like this is the thing, and I can understand. I can understand like how people gravitate to a wrestler. Like fuck, I'd do it with Austin. Martin, you'd do it with Mick Foley. Do you know what I mean? And I think what's hard is you can see, like, see, but back in the day, like Austin, Mick Foley, when we were young, we just knew it was Austin, Mick Foley. But when you grow up and then you start to learn the backgrounds, then you would argue saying, "Why the fuck are you not doing it this way? You've got to try it this way." But like you blatantly said, Vince McMahon doesn't listen.
But if Triple H is in his ear, and if you're saying they need somebody that Vince trusts to go to him and say, surely Triple H is in his ear constantly being like,
of course he is.
This fucking guy.
But Vince is still his own man. He's just going to take his advice under consideration. The final decision's his, which is why you get so many dumb fuck things happening, especially
last minute.
We know
so many last minute changes.
The only thing we can beg for is a triple threat at SummerSlam for the US title. That's the only way, because if there's no Nakamura AJ match at SummerSlam, which their match is considered for the Big Four, then it's no long left.
What I think is going to happen is you're going to have Naka getting a rematch in the next week or two with Corbin and winning it clean on SmackDown to get a shot at the US title.
Yeah.
And then you're probably going to have AJ arguing for, well, I just lost it, I've got a rematch, and then Owens trying to get out of it, so you'll end up getting a three-way. Possibly a fatal four-way.
It's the only way around it. It's the only way around it where they can showcase him and AJ to get the crowd hype. That's the only way they can do it, because, like I said, SummerSlam is now built as the second biggest pay-per-view. I said last night, personally, I think the Royal Rumble is the second biggest pay-per-view. But,
well, yeah, exactly, because they have all that stuff. They do like what they do at WrestleMania week now. You've got access in New York,
so they've got to make it big. And if they don't, I give it a year. Nakamura's away. He'll go back to New Japan.
I think so.
A year.
I think he'll leave I think he'll leave if they don't start. Like, if he doesn't feel as if he's doing anything, I think he'll get bored.
The problem is, though, it's up to Vince or whoever to let you away, because if it was the case, you could just get up and escape. Daniel Bryan would be wrestling for New Japan or Ring of Honor right now, and we'd be looking forward to seeing him next month.
How long is his contract, though?
Till next August.
Nakamura will go. He'll go.
But like, if he's no, that's what I'm saying. If they get a year, and like by next August, if he isn't where he feels he should be, I don't think Nakamura will stick around.
You might not have a choice. And the last thing that anybody wants to see is Nakamura phoning in a performance. I don't think he could. Personally, I think he's got too much pride as a professional for that.
Like, once he's in the ring, I think Nakamura's one of the guys that once he like steps out into out for Gorilla into into the stage and gone to the ring, I don't think once that bell rings, everything else shuts off and he's going to do a job.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's in him, because that's the way the young boys are brought up. It's about pride. It's about how much you're willing to put into this business. But I think because he's been brought up in that way, if you put as much into this business, you'll get as much out. If he feels as if he isn't getting it, I don't know if once his contract's up, if he.
Oh, he wouldn't be new. He'd go right back to New Japan and be right at the top of the card.
I think if by next
most
August,
likely,
if he's because it's let's just say a year, because we're nearly at August already. If in the next year he doesn't get to do something that he feels is like as the artist, if he doesn't get something that creatively he can just sink his teeth into and just go home and go hard way, I don't know if he'll stick it. I don't know if he'll resign.
No, it'll all come down to his first proper big feud, which has to be coming soon.
It has to be, because either than that, it's been forgettable, and that's putting it bluntly. It has been forgettable.
And again, it's not his fault.
It's the booking.
I respect him for taking the risk of coming over here, and I mean, he didn't need to do that. He was making good money, sitting in a very nice spot that was his, just from now until he chucks it. And he'd have just been hanging round the top of that card for another decade easily.
Mm-hmm.
The way people in Japan keep going.
Yeah.
It's the same way Brian knows that he can go back to ROH in an absolute heartbeat and he'll be welcomed with open arms.
The thing is, I still there's Jasper. The thing is, I still don't think Brian should wrestle. If he's openly admitted he's taking seizures, I think he shouldn't wrestle. No matter what.
I agree. But
I was talking to
it's his call.
This. It's his body, he can do what he wants with it, but at the same time he had just had an operation, and seizures after an operation are so common. So was it a case of
well, he didn't mention that it was when he had the operation, though. It might have been from before then, and that's what made him have the we don't know enough details, but it's something that everyone is going to be aware of watching how any match it has from now on.
Let's move on. No, let's move on, because
we should.
Because that's like 20 minutes in Nakamura.
Taking too much time.
Anyhow, right. So then we had the women's match. Natalia won. Move on. Anyhow,
that's what I did. No, it literally lasted 5 minutes.
See Natalia winning. Natalia winning. I'm not fussed about. I want to talk about quickly Lana. She needs to go back to NXT. She needs to go back to NXT.
It's not her fault again.
It's not her fault again. It's not her fault.
The writers picking someone, saying we want to do something with them, and them no being ready, and them no giving a fuck about it.
Martin, we done it when Carmella first came up, right? Aye. In the very first pay-per-view, we called the very first podcast, we called it about how me and you were talking how green Carmella was. We talked a bit about Alexa. Alexa's improved. Lana last night. It was so it was painfully obvious, painful. The 2 kicks she tried in Charlotte, and she was miles away. 2 kicks, miles away, and
that's an experience thing, though. But I know
still,
she watched a lot.
But still, that is, should she still be learning instead of getting put in?
WWE, apart from having the performance centre and like OVW for the most part. You learn the basics and then you go on the road. Should she be on pay-per-view? No.
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 She's
shouldn't even be
getting
on
into
SmackDown.
this.
That's it.
Should be
no
dark
reason.
matches.
Should be exactly dark matches or NXT. Learn.
Like, because I know she lives in Florida and like reports are always coming up that Lana's, whenever she's got days off, she's doing at that performance centre.
Aye.
It's no for a lack of Lana
Oh no,
trying
no.
to get better.
No, but this is
It's they've put her in a
it's the booking.
situation where
It's the booking. It's the booking. It's fucked up.
it's
You've put
that's the
somebody.
entire story of this pay-per-view though.
Aye, it's the booking. So we'll move on. Natalia winning. I'm cool with it. It's somebody different. Let's see what happens. As long as Naomi's not the champion, I don't care.
And she can wrestle.
Just imagine this: Naomi versus Natalia at SummerSlam.
Oh.
This sounds so fucking bad.
The thing is there's no character in there at all.
No,
Yeah.
but they need to get the belt off Naomi.
Yeah,
Natalia's character is in the toilet.
so is
I hate
Naomi's.
her character. Like, at least, fair enough to Natalia, the character she's got is very two-dimensional 80s heel wrestler. There's no a lot to it. But
Yeah.
you can kind of argue that there's something there. If you're a Wayne, you're not going to be like, well, there's no depth to that character.
No,
But-
you just gotta go, look at the fancy belt!
Oh fuck that belt.
And I will fucking slap
Buy
her.
now!
Oh fuck it. I hate that belt. I can't wait. I can't wait SummerSlam when it's gone. I genuinely can't wait.
What if they keep the lights on it? What if
They
they
won't.
faced it so much that they can't do it?
Then I just
What if-
I just won't watch SmackDown. Simple. That's how much I'm getting pissed off with SmackDown, because that is every pay-per-view now since WrestleMania. Even before Mania, they have basically shat all over the ring.
There was one that was alright. Was it Money in the Bank or was it the one before that? Because there was one that
No,
was decent.
Backlash was awful. Money in the Bank was awful.
Aye.
Last night was awful. The Elimination Chamber was fucking garbage.
No.
Even
Elimination Chamber was okay.
that was garbage.
Is that the one I'm thinking of, maybe?
It's garbage. But still,
Honestly, I'm struggling to remember most of the shows
but still,
because they've been
I'm
just
sitting-
so boring.
but
Is
see,
I'm sitting with my notebook in front of me where I take all the notes and I take everybody's predictions and I'm still like, what one of these was it that was really good? Like, this is how bad it's been.
there was only one match. I said it was Cena and Rusev. That one that was done right. Nay fuck ups, nothing done right. You knew with the spots that were going to call with Cena, and I mean I said it before it even happened in the live stream. I went like that. He's going to AAM through a table. You seen the spot a mile away? He's going to walk up the pedestal and AAM through a table. What does he do to win the match?
Do you know, there was actually the only moment where I was going, oh my god, is when it looked fall arsehole first onto the fucking flag order.
I was
terrified for him.
that-
Oh god, that's a hospital trip. Oh god, oh god. Oh, he's alright.
That match, like the tag team, you can just say that was it. They done what they had to do. There was no fuck ups. It was entertaining.
It was sickeningly patriotic though, and as a non-American, I could. Oh,
But you know that's Cena. That's Cena.
Sorry guys, it's just popped up on my feed. You know the Brit Rest Troll account?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember how World of Sport was going to show everyone the UK scene was the best in the world? Pepperidge Brett Rest Troll remembers.
Whatever happened to that?
Yeah, the Jeff Jarrett got involved
Yep.
and he fucked it. That's what happened. He took their gold and he ran away.
Fucking Jeff Jarrett, like he always does.
Ruins everything.
I mean,
you
then
know what's really stressing me out about this complete tangent? Right, Grado has went back to TNA, right? Well, Global Force, fuck that, or whatever it's called today.
I don't care. That mess.
That mess. But Global Force are also involved with World of Sport. Why would you not have Grado on Global
Well,
Force with
it's
that
With the
title?
World of Sport belt. I'll tell you why. Because Jeff Jarrett bumped the belt down for the gold.
that's it. It's just Jeff Jarrett. That's your reason for everything. Just to say Jeff Jarrett. Jeff
This is
Jarrett.
your 10% off of all your fucking...
Put it on repeat.
Aye.
Yes.
Now put it in the pyramid scheme,
Yeah.
you bastard.
Jeff
Oh,
Jarrett,
God.
Kirsty, that's it. The reason. Jeff Jarrett. That's it. The
Just a
AJ.
wee tangent, but I was like, why is Grado not get that title when we know there's an alliance there? Like,
Well,
Jeff
you
Jarrett.
know why? Jeff Jarrett used the gold
Jeff Jarrett.
asshole.
for his pyramid scheme,
Cash for gold.
Everything's just
which
fucked.
hilariously he's still
Like-
in the bottom rung of because he's a fucking rittard.
Oh, God.
Right, so the AJ Kevin Owens match, Martin, I know you've got a different view. Right. I know you got a different view. Me and Kirsty have quite the same. Flo, I'm going to ask you first, what did you think of the AJ Kevin Owens match?
Slow-paced. Too slow-paced, in my opinion. The finish, of course, was terrible. And yeah. It should have been great, but the last one they had before Madison Square Garden should also have been great, but it wasn't.
Sometimes you can have two of the very best in the world at something and they just don't gel. And that's okay. It happens. It doesn't mean that they're bad at anything, and it doesn't mean that they hate each other. Just sometimes the chemistry's not there.
See,
and I don't know if it's quite at that point, but it did feel too slow, and it was just like, we're just going to hit these spots, have the weird ending, and then get out of here. See,
I found it
didn't feel like there was chemistry.
See, like Kirsty, like me and you share the same opinion. Like, we enjoyed it. We enjoyed the match. We hated the ending, not with the outcome. We're cool with the outcome, but the ending was what fucked us two over.
See, like, Kevin's now got 3 United States title reigns in 4 months. Why even take it off him?
Exactly. His whole gimmick relies on having that belt. That's what I don't get, because they push him as this new face of America and blah, 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 and they keep taking the belt off him.
I think the only reason, because of Madison Square Garden, they wanted a huge pop.
But it's not just that. But he was walking in that with an injury, though. But he was walking in with an injury. And if you remember, he didn't wrestle the week after. So maybe, again, it's maybe just AJ being AJ. It's like, look, if I'm taking the belt, I'll drop, like Jericho, I'll let you, I'll win the belt, but then I'll give it back before I go, type of thing. How, like, they don't need titles. The type of wrestlers don't need that. Right, okay, cool. Yeah. And then it's just, right, pay-per-view comes, drop the title.
I enjoyed the match. I think their first one was better, but then, like, again, I don't understand how you can put the two in a ring. I think the first match, though, was better.
What was the reason of the ref bump?
It was a total Peter Griffin reaction, wasn't it?
I hated that. As soon as that ref bump happened, I cringed. It was a cringe moment. Fucking cringe. It was a cringe.
His acting and the whole reason was,
ref bumps can work fine for story.
There are many good ones, but this one had no purpose.
If you're going to give a heel a clean pin anyway, what's the point? Why not just let Kevin win clean? Like, AJ doesn't need, in my mind, AJ doesn't need protected at all, but like maybe Vince thinks that the newer fans need it. But like, Will, do you need AJ to be protected, or do you believe that he's the best fucking thing in the company at the moment? Because
no, he's the best thing in the company, and that's what I was saying. Do you know what I mean? Like,
didn't need to happen that way.
Like, if the ref took the bump, and say Kevin Owens hit him with a belt or hit him with a chair,
or even like,
then I'd be fine with it.
Something
totally
that
fine.
makes sense, but
no two crippler cross faces. Yes, I'm calling him that, not the cross face. I'm calling it a crippler cross face. Two cross faces, and then
the Wayne Killer cross face. What?
Then a schoolboy pin. That is not fucking justified for a ref bump. It doesn't justify it.
No.
It's like that's the thing. There was, see if they had just done that spot, the ref had been up and fine, and they'd have done the crippler and then clean like schoolboy pin, but it was still a clean pin. Then everybody would have been like, all right, Kevin won this one. Then they're equal.
You wouldn't care with the fucking the booking. That's the thing.
Just, the entire night was just botched finish after botched finish, apart from the pre-show and the tag match. Every other finish was just a fucking mess.
No, the Cena one was the Cena one was fine. The Cena one was enjoyable. Cena's was enjoyable.
We all know what the real mess was.
We're going to get to that. I will get that to really fast, because I'm just going to say Sami Zayn won, and that was it. I tell you, he was going to win.
Because that's literally as long as your sentence.
Sami Zayn won.
As long as your sentence.
Sami Zayn won.
Well done, Sami.
Finally won something on pay-per-view.
Shame it meant fuck all. Anyway,
let's talk about the fucking main event. That was fucking bullshit. We said it was going to be the same match. You could do whatever gimmick you want. It's the same fucking match with the same outcome. But let's put a big 7 foot tall sack of shite in it. It can hardly walk.
Well, Stacks of shite can't walk anyway, so you know he's keeping with the gimmick. He's keeping with the gimmick.
Do you know what? Fair play to the Bollywood boys, because every time they're out there, they take some fucking.
I'd just like to point out the only people taking bumps in this feud are they two.
Are the bumps boys? Like.
Sorry, and collectively, the four Indians shall henceforth be known on this podcast as the Bollywood ball bags. That's their name.
I will get away with it. Right, let's quickly talk about this, right? Because I think we actually have we got calls? We've got a call waiting. Let's talk about it.
Yes, K-Fable is in there.
Let's talk about it quickly, because there's not much we can say, because we called who was going to win. We knew it was going to be the same.
We'll talk about it quickly. The Great KHALI's back. He made a botch because he's the Great KHALI. Then Randy Orton somehow hurt himself and decided to sell the botch, and then got choked a bit, then fell. Brown guy won.
I'm
still
really
champion for some reason.
About Orton, because
awful,
Orton was
man.
blowing on his fingers and everything as if his entire arm had went numb, and with his
Yeah.
It probably has.
He probably got a bit of muscle damage.
Something went wrong, but
A stinger, I think.
It says
But
I think
that
when
combined with
they
his
didn't,
dodgy
you know,
shoulders.
his dodgy shoulders, which I worry about anyway, and the fact that his finisher is a flat back bump anyway. I'm like, could you know, I just picked something like a face bump or something, but like your body, your choice, Dave, whatever, like
You
it
do
looks
you.
great. Aye, you do you. But it was the fact that, first of all, did you notice that it wasn't the Great KHALI's theme they played at first?
Aye,
It was Jindal.
Yeah.
Aye, but have you heard the reason why?
Even the same Titantron, because they didn't have one for the Wommocks.
Yeah, they couldn't find it.
Oh my god.
They couldn't find his theme.
YouTube break.
I'm being
Like-
serious.
Got
I'm being
lost.
serious. It's came out. They could not find it, and that's how it came
That's
out to Jinder
ridiculous.
Mahal's.
That's because even the people who work at WWE didn't want him back.
It's
And
stupid.
then,
It's
so
stupid.
like what I noticed was like his Jinder's music played for KHALI, and then but the camera was still staying on Orton's face, and Orton
Aye.
started blowing on his fingers, and I was like,
Aye.
how numb. And the fact that he's in a thing where he's not going to climb no but one, but two cages, because like
Yeah.
they were not bamboo.
Mhm.
Like the
Keep
two cages,
bamboo.
I'm like,
Well,
who-
see last night, I said it, Kirsty, I said it, right, you and Flo will remember, I said it during the stream, that they two guys keep slipping. The fucking thing was atrocious. It's been rebuilt, and it's like, oh, they're bamboo, and it's
Sorry.
like,
See, just before that, I'd like to point out that each wrestler in the match could easily fit through each square of bamboo.
yes.
No effort at all.
Yep.
And there was no need to climb it because I've literally crawled out of the wooden cage.
well,
That sums up the match.
let's
Well,
talk,
they done
let's
that
let's
spot.
talk, let's
They
No,
talk
done
the
about
that.
that.
brown, the wee brown guy ran in
But
that way.
see that cage, right? See that cage? Like, remember the old one was with bamboo, right? This one, it was clearly fucking pipes. It was pipes painted. You was so obvious. And see, I said during that, Orton slipping dead. Like, see when he was climbing up with Jinder, Orton slipped a couple of times, and you could see the slip. And then it's
I
like,
think that's what
take
he
your
called
time,
his muscle.
take your time, and
I
just
think he
like.
grabbed to
Well,
stop himself from falling.
X-
And when he's
Well,
like,
X-Pac
jumped, like,
tweeted about that fucking cage, saying
Aye.
it should have been designed better. Randy Orton went,
Yeah.
agreed. The thing was atrocious. It just summed up the full pay-per-view. It was fucked for the beginning.
So
Yeah,
it was a
right up
shite
hard
pay
blood
per
last
view
night
with a
as well.
shite gimmick and a shite main event with the single worst choice for a run in ever
Oh.
because that boy has not ran since 1991.
I think he
Because he
ran.
can't.
I think he ran when he was a
the
spell.
weird
That was
angle
it.
he's back and everything because he's
Because he's
giant
fucked.
system.
Because he's broken.
No, but Kirsty, have you seen him without his trousers? Like just a pair of
No.
shorts on. Martin, remember I sent you the picture? It's fucking hilarious. He skipped leg day.
Oh god.
He skipped leg day. You have to see a picture.
It's like if you would see like somebody built this big strong robot and then
Joe
think,
Swanson.
"So it'd be a good idea.
Joe Swanson.
It'd be a really good idea to give this thing ice cream lolly sticks for legs."
It's basically
Yeah, I
Joe.
feel that way about Cena. How does his ankles hold that body up?
Nah, but
Cena looks in proportion though with the
Look,
rest of his legs. Aye, but the rest of his legs are fine. Nobody looks at his ankles. That's what the muscles are for. They're distracting.
KHALI looks like Joe Swanson when Joe Swanson, like, he's got like a pair of swimming trunks on, like he's with skinny legs and the big chin and the big body. That is that. That is basically
See if
that.
KHALI had Joe Swanson's voice, I'd like
My
him more
God.
instead of I'm really good. See if it was just I'm gonna
gonna kill
in
you!
his heat. Like,
Oh,
it's not his fault. His tongue has overgrown along with the rest of his body. Like, his
Like
tongue doesn't fit
like
in
a
his
pug. Like a bloody pug.
Oh fuck.
No, pugs are cute.
So with that being said, I won the champ. Oh, fuck, I won it last night as well.
I put it in the bin when KHALI came out.
Oh,
It's nothing to do with the results. I was just disgusted.
it was disgusting.
Quickly that talking smack last night, Kevin arguing with Renee might have been the best thing the entire night.
I've not watched it yet. I
Yeah.
was saving that to hopefully cheer myself up.
And then she
Trust
gave you a
me, those-
spoiler.
They've been arguing for like a month and a half now.
Ah,
Like,
but
this is not a spoiler.
But Martin might have wanted to
I've not
watch
watched
it
it yet,
and
Kirsty.
just wanted to go.
No, I don't need
Just going to be a bit of a shock. Oh no, Kevin Owens is arguing. I don't need to watch this now.
It's great. You do need to watch it.
I will, but I will only enjoy it because of you.
So it's that time, guys, where we'll take calls. I know there's a call waiting. As always, folk, please slap that like button. You don't know how much it helps the channel. Let everybody know.
Slap it like a ginger stepchild.
Let everybody know Smacked Up Wrestling is live, and we're talking about the shit show that was last night. But we have got a call waiting, and because it's Flo's turn, Flo, why don't you drag up our next caller
Wait.
and you introduce them? Oh, I see what voice he's going to use.
There he is.
Hey, Rebel.
Joining us,
hello.
we've got Kayfabe Rebel. How you doing, dude?
I was listening last night and kept trying to talk into you and respond to you.
I don't take calls during the live event. Unfortunately, after it's done, I just go to bed. Last night deserved it.
I can hear me.
I was ready to say that.
Oh,
but
I can
you
hear-
mute the stream really quick, man, because we're getting feedback.
Yeah. No, I was trying to listen to y'all and then listen on my phone too, and it wouldn't let me, so I downloaded it on my PlayStation. So I turned my TV down.
Ah,
Fair
right,
enough,
no worries.
But
Yeah,
no,
but-
wait, y'all skipped the whole most hilarious thing of the fucking pay-per-view. Greg Kelly grabs the title like he's the goddamn champion.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Oh my god!
I
Like,
noticed that too.
hoods up
I'm
as if
back.
I win.
I'm
Oh,
sitting there
yeah.
like, this is the drizzly shits, and this guy believes he's the champion.
It was awful. It was so laughable last night, and to have him like, the pay per view was bad, and then that match was bad,
Yeah.
and then to have KHALI walk out just summed it up. It was like shits with sprinkles. Do you know what I mean? It was that's how bad it was.
But it wasn't as bad as the original one, where Taker was on a fucking grapevine swinging from fucking
my
pillar
God,
to post.
yes.
That's true.
Don't remind me.
I went
But-
back and watched both of them like last week and instantly regretted it.
And then, like y'all were talking about the cage, if you're gonna build what's supposed to be a bamboo cage, make the shit smaller so you can't crawl through it. I'm sitting there watching it, and they're like, "Oh, you got to wait 30 seconds or whatever it was for the cage to go down to get through it." And I'm like, "Motherfucker, you crawl right through the damn thing."
Yep.
They were hanging out of it so many times.
Yep.
Like Orton was like halfway out, and I'm like, just like you're meant to be a snake, just push yourself through. Like, just
But-
do this.
What I was waiting for, honestly, is Baron Corbin just to come down, cash in, and be like, "I won. I'm already out of the cage."
Oh my god, that would
I would have been the biggest fan of his ever.
Why would they do that? That's actually a great idea. That's a great idea.
You're a
Rebel to
genius,
book
sir.
everything.
Oh, that's an Edge thing. That's something Edge would have done. That is brilliant.
Because technically, he would have went in, went into the wee announcers thing, they would have announced he was in the match, and then it would have ended because he was already there. Like, they wouldn't have stopped it. They wouldn't have lifted it to put him in. Like, they wouldn't have made him crawl over it into the... Like, oh, why didn't they do that?
WWE.
That's why.
Vince McMahon.
Because bringing Great Khali back's a better idea. Fucking Vince. He's big, it looks great.
But he got a pop. They popped when his fucking pathetic ass came out.
Yeah, because
everything else had been so shit. They were like, of course he's coming out. Why would he not?
That might be because the fucking crowd couldn't see shit through that cage.
Somebody we can see.
That is
Pictures on Twitter.
By the way, that was fucking awful to try and watch. By the way, even watching it was awful. When they were in the ring, fucking terrible.
Even with them inside the very first layer, even with them having fucking bits of where humans could come out, it was just, let's never do this match again.
And yet they will.
They should have just brought back the dog kennel match from 1999.
Hell
At least
yes.
the dogs fucking each other were entertaining.
That's right, yeah. The dogs.
They'll just start shagging, is it called?
The dog's done nothing. It's like
they shat on the floor and then they humped each other.
It's like we got ferocious dogs, and it was like the most cuddliest Dobermans you've ever seen.
But overall, that match was gold. Like the wrestling between Big Boss Man and Al Snow was epic. But you've got the dogs screwing each other.
Yeah. I mean,
you couldn't get away with that. Now it's PG.
There was this last night. There was like, see,
the fashion police thing is awful. Like we never quite found out who it was.
Well, the crowd booed it. The crowd booed because they weren't coming out.
Well, I had the same reaction. I was like, really?
No, I was happy. I was
Really?
happy. I was happy. I was happy because it means there was no match. And because if Sammy won, then I was winning. So I was happy because if that match was going to happen, I would have shat myself because it then means it brings Kirsty and Martin back in it. So I was like, them not being there, but I am cool with.
And then I was watching y'all's show and then watching the women's match, and my reaction was just like yours. Like, when the fuck did they make this an elimination match? What the fuck?
Yeah.
It
came out of nowhere.
And we were on a bit of a delay. I'm a little bit ahead of y'all.
Yeah.
So watching what's going on live, and then you're commenting on it after it happens. But my gut reaction was the same as yours. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then you think Becky's still in it, and then all of a sudden she's out, and it's not really explained because she had just beat Charlotte.
Yeah, totally.
And then Natty wins out of nowhere, and I'm waiting for it because she honestly deserves the win because she's the best out of all the women's wrestlers today. They don't explain it, and instead of getting heat for Natty, which I'm waiting for her to beat the bloody shit out of Miss, I defend my fucking title every 2 fucking months.
Yeah.
She denies the handshake and walks off. Like, where's the heat? Get Natty some goddamn heat. Okay, yeah. She denies the code of honor. She refuses the handshake, walks off, and then fucking turn around and hit the bitch. They don't understand how to build heat. And then you've got this fucking belt, and I've heard you bitch about it 100 times.
Oh, I hate it.
And I agree. Like it's a great belt for pictures. If you want to have it as a gimmick for her photos and shit, awesome. But with the HD TV, it doesn't come off good at all.
It looks fine when the lights are out, but the minute the lights come back on,
yeah,
it just. And the fact that they defaced a belt, like John Cena made a new belt, so did Edge. They made their own. They never defaced the original.
It's so sad because I've got the sad thing is because they have got both those belts. I've got both spinning titles.
I never thought to myself when I seen those belts though, like, oh, that's fucking awful. They've totally. I was like, they've made a new belt. The same way they did Hardman in TNA. I was like,
and even though Steve Austin smoking skull belt, it was his own belt.
Yeah.
It's the fact that she has put Christmas lights on a fucking belt, and I'm like, we worked. So I have bitched and moaned and complained for so fucking long that women's wrestling outside of WWE's been great. They're having the Mae Young Classic, and on the main roster right now. They put fairy lights on it. Who's like, oh?
Oh, by the way, I'm just going to say, just while Kirsty brought that up, we will be doing the Mae Young Classic, but I already know about a first round match that will piss everybody on this podcast off. And that's all I'm going to say.
Well, I wanted to touch on this Wednesday, but we never covered it. Did y'all hear what Kevin Dunn had to say about the Mae Young Classic?
I try not to listen to that Bucky Beavertooth motherfucker.
But tell us,
no, literally, you've got some of the best women in the world, and Kevin Dunn comes out and says, "Well, none of these. We shouldn't even be doing the Mae Young Classic because none of these ladies look like models." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Wow!
I didn't know about
that.
Fucking backwards bastard. So he is. Fucking scum.
The entitlement
Jesus
of
Christ,
guys who work in wrestling who think that women are there to please them.
I would just like to point out that, see, after working the tapings for that on Wednesday, first thing Friday morning about 4 a.m, Viper was on a flight from Orlando, where she just got to on the Wednesday morning, a US time by the way, to Tokyo in order to get the bullet train to Osaka to wrestle for Stardom over the weekend.
I've seen that, yeah. Seen it on our Facebook.
And you're going to tell me someone like that doesn't deserve to be working there? Not a fucking chance.
Right.
And not even that, there's some
fucking
really,
chance.
even to Kevin Dunn's point, there's some really fucking beautiful
Oh,
women in there.
yes. Absolutely.
Like, I think Viper's beautiful.
Oh, Viper is
She
beautiful.
is.
She is
woman.
beautiful.
Gorgeous.
But if you're going for that model type, you've got that Bianca Belair, you've got fucking Candice Del Rey, there's some
Exactly.
There's
Yeah.
some beautiful women in there. So if that's all you're looking for, and having them being great wrestlers, like, I've no issue with women being absolutely stunning as long as they can wrestle.
Exactly.
No.
I'm not here to see models. I'm here to see lassies who can ply their trade.
It's not the Laurinaitis fucking age again.
Oh, I just,
Could we just
you've got Lana, who looks great,
Yeah.
has a great
but is
character too.
grizzly fucking shits, and is still better than the champion.
She's still got she's got character.
Yeah, that's
Good
actually a good
point.
fucking point. See, I didn't even think of that. It's like, yeah, like, fair enough. I complained that Lana's green. Right, okay. She still has a bit to learn, but you're right.
But her character is over for years now.
There's more character in
Where
Lana
they
than in fucking
should have
Naomi.
stuck her with. They should have stuck Lana in the managerial role. She was a great manager for Rusev, who can't draw heat for shit.
That's
and when
not
he
true.
does, and when listen to me though. And when he does, he doesn't understand the concept of drawing heat, like the Shane McMahon comment he made on Twitter.
That was hilarious.
It was funny, but he doesn't know how to generate the right heat.
I disagree. I think him getting heat's not a problem, especially in America, where he can pretty much get heat by having an accent.
No. But the ring psychology behind it, actually getting the right heat. There's right and wrong heat in the business.
Of course there is, but Rusev's never had a problem getting the right heat.
But he
Never.
always had
Lana or not. I mean, and the reason that I'm saying that, the first thing that got chanted at Lana when she came out was, "We want Rusev,"
Yeah, but
because
the
they want
thing
someone
is,
to
man,
boo, and he's perfect for taking that audience hate. He gets under their skin very easily. Lana, of course, is the mouthpiece, but Rusev is the one who keeps their attention during the matches.
Oh
Because he knows how to work them.
that's where he's solid and good, but he needs someone to do his promos for him, because he gets in his mind and it's hard for anyone. For me, and I'm old school wrestling as fuck. Give them bullet points rather than a script, because
it should be across the board though. Like,
Yeah.
I firmly believe that if you're not good enough without a script, then you're not good enough.
Yeah.
or at least get a manager. That's where the Jim Cornettes, the Grand
Fuck him.
Wizard, Paul Heymans, Brock
Well,
Lesnar.
we know what
Can I-
WWE think of managers, let's be honest. There's something that should be used more and never will be, because Vince thinks the guys should get over on their own.
That's the thing, is Enzo
That-
as well would be a great manager.
Yes, he would, because he can bump. He'd be like a skinny Captain Lou.
Well, look at Titus and Neil.
Yes.
or
That's
Jim
working for
Cornette.
some reason.
Fuck, get him to Rebel, I'm going to slap you, you know exactly what you're doing.
He does. He's phoned into troll. But
Oh.
well played, sir. Well played.
But Jim
But,
Cornette's a
if
legend,
Jim
Kirsty.
Cornette- If Jim Cornette ever comes back, I stop watching WWE.
He did come back. He's on the Kurt Angle documentary and Table
And
for
I-
Three in the network.
and I didn't watch any of them.
You should watch the Kurt Angle documentary.
I think I lie. I did watch the Kurt Angle
Kurt
thing,
Angle
but
one was
I
amazing.
ignored him. I watched the Kurt Angle thing, but I won't watch the Table for Three. And if he was taken back and be an on-screen character, I would. I've got plenty of wrestling
He won't.
to watch.
He's too old for all the travelling.
Plus, if you remember, how much does he bitch and moan about fucking
everything?
Exactly. He has a pure passion about hatred at Triple H and Stephanie. Do you think he could work under there too? No chance.
Nah.
The fact that Triple H is right up there now, there's no way. There's no way.
And then I'm going to go back to what y'all were talking about earlier on the show with Nakamura.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a 3-year deal.
But thank you.
But I think, and this is just from rumors I've heard from people I know in the business, that they are finally going to give him that big feud. That's why the AJ Styles match with Kevin Owens last night was more of just a blow off.
Yeah,
right.
Because
from all having a rematch, like he said on a show that I'm not allowed to mention because somebody's going to watch it.
We know it's Talking Smack, Kirsty. You're really shit at this spoiler thing. Jesus Christ. I know the name of it. That's not the spoiler.
No, Martin, no. Do you know what's worse? What I know the worst spoiler I ever fucking got, right? And as a fan, Martin, you can. No. You understand as a fan. You understand as a fan. I watched the first season of Twin Peaks. Loved it.
Oh, yes. Right? And then
I was ready to start watching the second season.
Aye.
I tell one person, I'm loving Twin Peaks, and the reason is because of a game, but this is not a game thing.
Yes.
But you know the reason because of a certain game.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
They tell me who done it.
Oh, Kirsty's the worst about spoilers because I'm all over the Twitter. She wants to kill me most of the time.
He spoils everything for me. And I mean, literally, I haven't watched any of the G1 because I want to watch it on one big go.
You could just press the mute button to a big event's out the way. He's not going to get offended because you muted him for a couple of days.
I tell him, like, I said, I put on Twitter, I'm not watching the G1, I'm going to avoid Twitter, nobody thinks. So what does Rebel do? Rebel messaged me on Facebook and on Twitter messages with pictures of what's happened.
Oh, one of them. Right, okay, that's grade A trolling. That's what that is.
Martin, I can tell you killed Laura Palmer.
I didn't know she hadn't seen it.
I put it on.
She was like, God damn it, Rebel, if you fucking tell me one more thing, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Do you know what?
I told him I was going to block him last week. I was like, one more spoiler, I dare you. Because I hate them, which is why I feel bad about ruining Talking Smack for you, but it was really...
You've ruined it completely. I can never watch it again.
Well, it's not going to be there very much, is it?
Do you know what I'm actually changing? I'm changing the title of the show.
Spoiler cast.
I won't spoil anything on Talking Smack, but I was sitting there waiting for Kevin Owens to say, and here I am to save the show and get it back on the air.
The show...
They always dig at each other, then they kill it. And then you've got, like, okay, everyone's shitting on the Kurt Angle, Jason Jordan.
I think it's great. My Black Sun.
Yeah, I do too, but my whole thing is you had the perfect fucking tag team on SmackDown in American Alpha. And you broke them up to fucking further push the gobbledygook and fucking black dudes.
Watch what words you use here.
like I love them. They're a great shtick. But I am so over the Usos and the New Day back and forth. It's like we've got all these great tag teams. You've got Carl Anderson. You've got the whole club. You've got, as much as I hate them, you've got the Revival, who are a solid tag team. And you got these two teams that keep getting pushed over the moon, and they can't work for fucking shit. Minus Xavier Woods. I love Xavier Woods.
Xavier is totally underrated.
Yes, he is.
But
really underrated.
He was really good.
He was good last night. He was good.
Yeah.
He was gold. Ever since his TNA days, his Consequences. He's fucking great.
Consequences Creed. That was a great run. And he was only like 19 at the time.
Yeah.
Insane. Yeah.
Do you know about the Adam Cole thing?
No. Is that a spoiler or no?
No. Him and no, it happened years ago. Fuck up. WWE went to phone Adam Cole. They phoned
Right.
Adam Cole and thinking that they were phoning Xavier Woods and said that they wanted to bring him in and they wanted to hire him and everything. Well,
Aye.
he was in TNA, and
Right.
Adam got all excited and like was hanged, and then they phoned him back and told him that they got all mixed up because both their first names are Austin.
Oh.
Like the fucking
Ow.
soul crushing feeling of
John
oh my God.
Laurinaitis.
Yep.
It was John Laurinaitis
Yeah.
that phoned him.
Aye.
It's in one of the Kevin Steen show
Yes.
interviews with Adam Cole, and Kevin brings it up because he's an asshole. And he's like, so do you want to talk about this? And Kevin's like, Adam's like, well, since you brought it up, and he was like all excited, phoned his parents and everything, and then got a phone call
man.
back a couple of years later. that it
Fucking
wasn't
Johnny
him.
Ace. Hi there, Austin. Oh wait, you're a white boy.
I fucking hated John Laurinaitis.
Johnny
I still
Ace.
hate him.
Johnny Ace is the guy that fired the wrong Bella.
Yep.
That's right, yeah.
He also hired the wrong Zach Gowen because Vince said
Yeah.
we want Zach Gowen. A guy with 2 legs showed up to TV and he went, "What the hell is this?" Seriously,
But-
that happened.
Oh.
But he had one job.
What?
One job.
Hire the right
Go
people.
fire Nikki Bella, and he fires Bree. So they
Mhm.
decide to keep him.
He was a
Fucking
he was a laughing
dumb.
stock. But what I'm going to do, I'm
He
going
was
to.
good on screen, but he was a
Oh,
fucking
it was
idiot. in
terrible
business.
behind the scenes. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start bringing the show to a close. Rebel, as always, did. Thank you for phoning in.
Thank you.
Always.
Good call, dude.
Thank you.
Talk to you later, man.
Have fun, guys.
Thanks, Rebel. Speak to you
Bye.
after.
Catch you later.
Bye, dude.
Bye.
Bye.
That was Kayfabe Rebel, everybody. So, yeah, I'm fucked. I'm feeling it
Fair
now.
enough.
I'm feeling it.
Hello.
Oh, I think last night the stream, the Last of Us stream, and the stream now, and I'm like, ah, fuck, I can feel myself starting to get drained. But it's not bad. We done no bad talking about a really shit show, and then this podcast tonight has now been changed to Kirsty's Rage. So,
So you mean Kirsty spoiler cast?
oh yeah,
Starring Kirsty?
I should
and
have
spoilers?
I should have done that with it, shouldn't have. But yeah, guys,
Still time.
everyone, thank
sorry,
you.
dropping stuff.
Thank
There
you so much for tuning in. I can see Sarah Small Shadow Humour McCod, people that came in the chat I never got a chance to say hello to. It was one of those shows that there was just so much wrong going with it. I think we could have spent another hour moaning about it
Easily.
Easily.
Pretty much.
And like we've always said, Martin, me and you've said it since day one. If they do something right, we'll give them praise. Raw got shit from us for months.
Mm-hmm.
And how it's gone the opposite way round. Do you know what I mean?
Why can they only do one show at a time? I don't understand.
I'm
Why
surprised
have
you
two
can even
shows?
manage that much.
It's just trying times for SmackDown. They've got a lot to fix. They have got a lot to
It's
fix.
the opposite of this time last year.
Yeah.
The complete opposite.
The complete opposite.
If they're still going ahead with this next draft, SmackDown really needs some love in it.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
In the terms of writers.
Aye.
God,
Aye.
change them up, please.
Yeah. No, I totally
Yeah.
agree, Kirsty. Totally agree, pal. That being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Smacked Up Wrestling Live for the Battlegrounds Fallout. We will be back on Wednesday night with Raw and SmackDown pay-per-view. Actually, no, Kirsty, you are working?
I'm working. I'll probably be in like halfway through, and I'll just like jump into.
Are you
the
working Thursday?
Chat. No.
Right.
Yeah, I'm working. Wednesday,
Why don't you just
Thursday,
jump in
Friday.
the show when you're home?
Right,
and
okay, that's what we'll do then. That's what
Yeah.
we'll do then.
Oh, okay,
Right.
I'll do that then.
So you'll get to hear the Queen of the Ring halfway
Aye.
through the show. You're not going to miss the Queen of the Ring in this show. But that being said, always like and share the gaming fault. Tell everybody about Smacked Up Wrestling. We will be back on Wednesday. I will be back sometime tomorrow. Gonna start either Beyond Two Souls, fuck David Cage, the Tommy Wiseau of gaming, or I'll start.
He's not that entertaining.
Hi, Mark.
Aye.
I did
How's your
not.
sex life?
I did not hit her. Or I'll be
How's your sex life?
Oh God, no!
or I'll start White
Stop it.
Knight. I don't know what game I'm going to start. I might do two. I don't know yet. But I will stream tomorrow at some point. But we will always will be back.
Organised.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
We have Andre Corby in chat.
have we?
Ooh. Whoa.
Oh,
He just said, well, looks like I tuned into late. I'm just arriving now and you're signing off.
Oh, Andre, actually, that's great there. Andre, can you... no.
Not good with Discord, remember? This
yeah.
might be not good.
Okay to call in on Discord. Guys, this is massive.
I can't hear you, Will.
This is...
I really don't know why you said that out as you typed it.
I know. I force a habit. Guys, this is massive. Andre is one of the greatest guys. Oh,
Nope.
no. Andre got me because he hates Discord. Andre is one of the top guys when it comes to interviewing wrestlers. Please check him out in his channel. I don't know why, but I really don't like Discord. That's right, he's a Skype guy. Andre is on...
Skype's for pansies.
No, that's not a problem, Andre.
That's not a problem, Andre. Don't worry, Andre.
One day, Andre.
But Andre Corwell, please check him out. Please check out his channel. And I think it's now Title Match Wrestling Flow. Am I correct? That's the new channel he is on and associated with.
I think
it is. Please check him out. Also follow him on Twitter as well. Andre is one of the best in the business. He knows his stuff. Please check him out, guys, if you haven't already. That being said, I've been Will.
And I've been Kirsty.
I've been Flo.
And I've been working on a plan to raid Nakatomi Plaza with our new host.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Was I not meant to tell them? It's going to be so good. Die, McCrane! It'll be great.
Oh, tell you, Flo, you're Martin's villain.
Everybody needs one.
And everybody only gets one. I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Battlegrounds over and done with. Thank fuck, because it was awful. We will see you Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
See ya.